Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the new list for the Texas Rangers top 30 prospects. At the time of recording this, they literally just came out with this list. So we're going to get straight into it. My previous video, which I will link below and on the little iCard that pops up, was about the top 100 overall MLB prospects, which was here, and just a little refresher as well. For the Rangers, they had 5 players, I believe. Yeah, 5, and it was Jack Leiter, Josh Young, Cole Winn, Ezekiel Duran, and Justin Foscue. And then now they have the specific top 30 for the Rangers. And is that list the same? I'm just curious. Leiter, Young, Winn, Duran, Foscue. Yeah, okay. I mean, it would make sense if they have it like that. So that is the top 5 for Texas, and they're all in the overall MLB top 100. All projected to be in the majors very soon, including really most of the top 10. So, like I've been telling people, don't expect Jack Leiter this year. Maybe like a September call-up. I know a lot of people want to see him, but he is still plenty young, and they don't have a reason to rush him. You know, he's still got to get the time to face live batters, and especially getting up to AA and AAA, getting nearly MLB quality hitters, getting the experience with that. So I wouldn't expect him this year, but coming up soon. And then Young obviously was going to be almost guaranteed starting third base spot until the injury, and now it's kind of Andy Ibanez with the platoon of Brad Miller and all those other guys that they've signed here. Then Cole Winn be a huge piece in the rotation. He's going to be very, very good. They've been waiting a while for him, so very hyped up prospect, and rightfully so. And then Ezekiel Duran, who has been going off in spring training. I guess they're saying he's already MLB level somehow, even though he's not going to be there till 2023. But he's had a great spring. For those who don't remember, they got him in the Joey Gallo trade, I believe is what it was. So he has been fantastic. Then Justin Foscue, of course, another second base prospect. Now it's interesting with the infield prospects that they have, because as we all know, I just went blank. Marcus Semien and Corey Seager are locking down the middle infield for the next almost 10 years. So it will be interesting to see how guys like Foscue and even Josh Smith, which we'll get to in a second here, end up, if they're going to stay on the team, if they're going to be used to trade for a big starting pitcher, because we know that's got to be the next big move for Texas, whether it's at the trade deadline this year or next offseason, is trade for a big starting pitcher. You got to have a main guy. You'll have Jack Leiter, of course, and John Gray, who will be pretty good, but you want a true bona fide ace. So anyway, moving on. Destin Harris, who I think was also in that Yankees trade. I always get mixed up who was from the Yankees trade and who was from like the Mike Minor trade and whatever else they've done. But apparently first base, third base, and outfield, so that certainly increases his chances of getting a spot in the future, as we've just discussed. First base will be open for a while. I mean, Nate Lowe has it now, but by the time Destin Harris gets up, if they want him at first. And I don't know, third is still Young's job to lose at this point when he gets back, of course. And then Josh Smith, who has had a fantastic spring training, projected to be up this year sometime. Moving on to another pitcher, Owen White, another very promising prospect. He had a great fall league this last year, and that's kind of where a lot of people started to hear the name. And then Evan Carter, another outfielder. Can't have enough outfielding prospects, really, because they got a lot of guys that go through the system. And you may notice, which I guess he's not really a prospect anymore. Let me see. Yeah, he's not on. I don't think he's a prospect anymore, but the unfortunate kind of downfall, question mark, of Leody Taveras did not fully pan out, unfortunately. Lots of promise, though, but it just hasn't worked out. So they got plenty of guys in the pipeline. Luis Angel Acuna, Ronald Acuna's brother, at shortstop and second. Won't be there for a little bit, but very good. And you'll notice Sam Huff dropped quite a bit because of his injury. Another guy similar to Young who had a pretty darn good chance of a guaranteed starting lineup spot, but unfortunately did get injured. And now they have Mitch Garver, who is about 7 years older than Huff, I think. But, Garver's going to be the main guy for a minute here. And that rounds out the top 10 or so. I'm not going to read every name here, but I will point out a few other guys that have a lot of potential. I mean, really everyone on here does, but there's some that I'm not familiar with, like Anthony Gutierrez. I've not heard of him, but it's just 17 years old, 2026 ETA. I will go ahead and shout out Ricky Vanasco here because he has kind of popped up on the scene as well and looks like he'll be in Frisco this year, so that's a big name to keep on the lookout for. AJ Alexy just pitched today at the time of this video against the Diamondbacks, part of the 13-0 win where they had almost 6 perfect innings, by the way, as a pitching staff. Glenn Otto from the Yankees trade as well, who has a lot of potential, just has to kind of get it worked out. And the last big name, in my opinion, on here is Bubba Thompson, who is another very promising outfield prospect. So he's had a decent spring so far. Rounding out the top 30, I'm going to butcher this, Daniel Cueva, rookie shortstop, 17 years old. I'm trying to notice the AAA names here. There's Yeri Rodriguez, who I'm not too familiar with, but AAA level, so this is kind of the era that Rangers fans have been waiting for, but I'll have the link to this if y'all want to go check it out yourself below. Look up each of these guys. This is finally, I think, what we've been waiting for. I feel like I've said it before. I thought the new stadium was going to be the window for contention, but it's been pushed back once again a little bit. However, this time it seems like they're for real because they got this Corey Seager signing, Marcus Semien, Jack Leiter draft pick, lots of guys right on the line, AAA, AA, all that. So it's going to be an exciting time. I will put out a prediction video soon. I think once they announce probably the 40-man roster officially, I'll make a prediction of how many wins I think they're going to get. I've seen some people saying as many as 75 plus, which to some of y'all that might not be shocking, but you got to remember they just won 60 games last year, not just in the 60s, 60 flat. So crazy stuff. Looking forward to the season. Let me know y'all's thoughts on this list. Once again, from MLB.com. And they got 5 guys in MLB's top 100. So thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later.